Story number 1, The Follower in the Fire. If you enjoy this content and want to see more, please subscribe and turn on notifications to support the channel. The California wildfires had been raging for weeks, casting an eerie orange glow over Sarah's small town. Stuck at home with her internet down, she found herself glued to the Snap Map, watching the blinking red flames devour forests on the outskirts. Then, a new Bitmoji appeared, a lone figure walking through the smoke-choked wilderness towards the very edge of the fire zone. The username, LostSoul78. Sarah, ever the explorer, zoomed in. LostSoul78 was impossibly close to the inferno. Hesitantly, she sent a chat. "Hey, are you okay? You seem awfully close to the fire." The response came instantly, a single, chilling sentence, following it. Panic jolted Sarah. Who would chase a wildfire? She messaged again, but received no reply. Throughout the day, she watched, heart pounding, as LostSoul78 continued their trek deeper into the smoke. By nightfall, the Bitmoji had disappeared from the map entirely. The next morning, news reports blazoned a shocking discovery. A body had been found near the fire line, a lone hiker, identified only as a John Smith with no known local connections. Sarah's stomach lurched. Could it be? Desperate for answers, she reached out to a local journalist friend, Emily, who was covering the fires. Emily, intrigued by the story, investigated the John Smith case. She found something unsettling: there were no dental records, no fingerprints on file. John Smith was a ghost in the system. Sarah, unable to shake the feeling of dread, told Emily about LostSoul78. That username, Emily said, a flicker of recognition in her eyes, it's eerily similar to a local legend. A story about a group of teenagers who disappeared in those very woods years ago, during a wildfire. They were called the Lost Souls, teenagers rumored to be chasing a spectral fire after experimenting with a local ritual. The legend took on a new, horrifying dimension. Was LostSoul78 a ghost, leading John Smith, or perhaps Sarah herself, to the same fiery demise? Determined to get to the bottom of it, Sarah and Emily ventured into the ravaged forest, following the path LostSoul78 took on the Snap Map. The air hung heavy with smoke and the acrid scent of burning wood. The landscape was a desolate wasteland of blackened trees and smoldering earth. As they pressed deeper, Sarah felt an unnatural chill, a sense of being watched. Her phone vibrated, a new snap from LostSoul78. It showed a charred hand reaching out from the smoldering ground, a single ring glinting on its finger. The ring. It matched the description of one of the missing teenagers from the legend. Terror clenched Sarah's throat. Suddenly, a guttural growl echoed through the trees. Emily grabbed Sarah's arm, her eyes wide with fear. They turned to run, but a figure emerged from the smoke, tall, shrouded in ash, its eyes burning red like embers. Sarah stumbled, her phone clattering to the ground. The screen flickered, displaying one final snap from LostSoul78, a terrifying image of Sarah and Emily, engulfed in flames. A scream tore from Sarah's throat as a searing pain erupted in her ankle. She looked down to see a twisted root, hidden by the ash, ensnaring her leg. Emily doubled back, dragging Sarah towards a barely visible path. The figure loomed closer, its growls becoming a blood-curdling roar. In the distance, sirens wailed. Had someone seen their snaps? With a final burst of strength, Emily pulled Sarah free. They stumbled onto the path, collapsing in a heap just as the figure lunged. Then, blinding headlights cut through the smoke. A fire truck roared to a stop, firefighters leaping out, drawn by the emergency alert sent from Sarah's fallen phone. The figure vanished into the smoke as quickly as it appeared. Sarah and Emily were whisked away, shaken but alive. The John Smith case remained unsolved, another mystery of the fire. But for Sarah, the horrifying experience was a stark reminder of the dark secrets that could lurk beneath the surface of a seemingly harmless app. The Snap Map, once a window to the world, now felt like a chilling portal to something far more sinister. Story number 2, The Disappearing Party. It started with a casual invite. A group chat, a string of excited emojis, and a simple message: pool party at Sarah's. Sunset onwards. For Chloe, a college freshman desperate to break out of her shell, it was a golden ticket. Sarah, the life of the party, lived in a sprawling house with a legendary pool. This was her chance to make new friends, experience the fabled college life. The address on the Snap Map led Chloe to a quiet suburban neighborhood. Sarah's sprawling house stood out, its pool shimmering under the fading sunlight. Music thrummed from inside, promising a night of fun. A dozen or so Bitmojis dotted the virtual map around the pool, their avatars swaying to the unseen rhythm. Chloe hesitantly approached the back door, a knot of anxiety tightening in her stomach. No answer. She messaged Sarah, "Here. Anyone at the door?" The response was immediate, "Ha ha, sorry. Backyard entrance. Come around." The backyard was a scene straight out of a party movie. Fairy lights twinkled overhead, casting a warm glow on the laughing, splashing figures in the pool. Music pulsed from hidden speakers. Chloe scanned the crowd, searching for a familiar face. Suddenly, a hand reached out, pulling her into the pool. "Chloe. So glad you made it." Sarah, a radiant blonde in a tiny bikini, grinned at her. Over the next hour, Chloe relaxed, anxieties fading as she mingled with the group. They were a mix of students from her college, all friendly and welcoming. As the night wore on, Chloe noticed something strange. People started disappearing. One by one, their Bitmojis vanished from the snap map. She messaged Sarah, "Hey, where'd everyone go?" "Oh, they just had to leave early," Sarah replied, her voice a touch too casual. But then, Chloe noticed something even more unsettling. Sarah's Bitmoji started flickering, fading in and out of existence on the map. Panic flickered within Chloe. She tried to message other people in the group, but every message sent returned with a single, chilling word: error. Suddenly, the phone slipped from her grasp, clattering into the water. She scrambled to retrieve it, the screen flickering with the distorted image of the pool party. The faces of the remaining people were warped, their smiles replaced by grotesque grins. A cold hand clamped down on her shoulder. Chloe spun around, heart hammering, to see Sarah. But this wasn't the Sarah she knew. Her eyes were black pits, a malevolent smile twisting her lips. Other figures materialized from the shadows, their faces contorted in a similar way. Fear turned Chloe's legs to lead. She stumbled back, bumping into a pool chair. Suddenly, a memory surfaced. This wasn't Sarah's house. It belonged to a family who had vanished years ago, a mystery that remained unsolved. "They're not real," she whispered, a desperate plea escaping her lips. The figures advanced, their laughter echoing with a chilling inhumanity. Chloe lunged for the house, bursting through the back door. Frantically, she searched for an escape route. The house was eerily silent, furniture overturned, belongings scattered. This was no party house. This was a crime scene. Then she saw it, a hidden basement door. Hope surged through her. She scrambled down the creaky stairs, slamming the door shut behind her. Darkness enveloped her. She fumbled for her phone, the screen revealing a single, flickering Bitmoji, hers. Suddenly, a faint glow emanated from a corner. Chloe's eyes adjusted to reveal an old computer monitor flickering to life. On the screen, a news report played, its headline screaming, "Family vanishes without a trace." The grainy image showed the very house she was standing in. A cold realization dawned on Chloe. These weren't partygoers. They were phantoms, perhaps the digital echoes of the missing family, trapped in the house by some unknown force. The snap map had become a portal, a way for them to lure unsuspecting victims. Tears pricked at Chloe's eyes. She had stumbled upon a dark secret, and now she was trapped. Just as despair threatened to consume her, the sound of sirens pierced the silence above. Remembering her phone, Chloe frantically typed a message: "Help. Trapped in basement of, address. Ghosts on snap map." The message sent with agonizing slowness. Then, silence. Had it gone through? Story number 3, The Unexplained Runner. The year was 2013. The Boston Marathon, a prestigious event known for its festive atmosphere, was underway. Millions watched the live feed, cheering on the runners as they weaved through the vibrant crowds. Among them was Liam, a college student following his friend, Sarah, who was participating in the race. Liam tracked Sarah's progress on the snap map, her Bitmoji bobbing along the designated route. Suddenly, a new Bitmoji appeared near Sarah's, a lone figure running a parallel course just outside the official race path. Liam zoomed in. The username, Mystery Marathoner. It was a man, dressed in a faded gray tracksuit, his face obscured by a worn baseball cap. He wasn't wearing a bib, a clear violation of race rules. Intrigued, Liam messaged Sarah, "Who's the guy running next to you?" Sarah's reply came back instantly, "There's no one here besides other runners." Liam's stomach lurched. He messaged Mystery Marathoner directly, "Hey, you're running outside the course." No response. As the race progressed, Liam kept his eye on both Sarah and mystery marathoner. The strange runner maintained a steady pace, keeping an uncanny distance from Sarah. Then, as the news channels began buzzing with reports of explosions near the finish line, chaos erupted on the snap map. Bitmojis scattered, replaced by frantic messages and flashing emergency lights. Liam's heart hammered in his chest. He messaged Sarah again, but received no response. Panic surged through him. He zoomed in on mystery marathoner's location. He was inexplicably close to the finish line, the reported site of the explosions. Just then, a live news feed popped up on Liam's phone, showing the aftermath of the bombings. Smoke billowed from the scene, rescue workers scrambling amidst the devastation. Suddenly, Liam spotted him, a figure in a gray tracksuit, helping to evacuate the injured. Hope flared within Liam. Could mystery marathoner be a first responder, someone who defied protocol to help in the crisis? He desperately messaged Sarah, pleading for a sign, any sign that she was okay. Minutes turned into hours, the snap map offering no solace. Then, a single notification flickered on Liam's phone, a new snap from mystery marathoner. The image was grainy, but it showed a familiar blue running jacket, Sarah's. It lay crumpled on the ground, a red stain spreading across the fabric. Liam screamed, a primal cry of despair. Was that? No, it couldn't be. He messaged mystery marathoner again, his words laced with raw emotion, demanding answers. This time, the response was a single, cryptic sentence: she saved a life. The accompanying image showed a young girl, dazed but unharmed, clutching a stuffed bear. Sarah's blue jacket lay nearby. The news reports began to piece together the story. A young girl, separated from her parents in the chaos, had been trapped under debris. Sarah, disregarding her own safety, had used her jacket to protect the girl until help arrived. Liam sank to his knees, tears streaming down his face. Grief warred with a newfound admiration for the mysterious runner. Days later, amidst the city's mourning, a press conference was held. Authorities were searching for a man in a gray tracksuit who had been seen aiding victims near the finish line. They believed him to be a civilian hero, possibly a doctor or EMT. Liam watched the conference, a bittersweet feeling settling in his chest. The mystery of the mystery marathoner remained unsolved. But for Liam, the story transcended the unanswered questions. It was a testament to the courage and selflessness that can emerge even in the darkest of times. Sarah might be gone, but her actions, and the actions of the unknown runner, would forever be etched in the memory of the city. If you enjoy this content and want to see more, please subscribe and turn on notifications to support the channel.